Imagine a desert where it only rains 2 inches a year. Here, the temperature frequently drops to minus 90 degrees Celsius, and wind speeds can reach 300 kilometers an hour. This is Antarctica. Even in this environment, modern superpowers have worked to divide the continent into distinct territorial slices. These boundary lines represent decades of dispute, primarily between the British and the Russians, who both maintained they were the first to find the land. This 19th century timeline is currently facing a challenge that pushes the date of human arrival back by over 1,000 years. A new series of scientific and anthropological studies suggests that our map of southern exploration is incomplete. Historically, the status of discoverer often belonged to the empire that possessed the bureaucratic infrastructure to log, publish, and defend their version of history in the global record. Long before the first ship approached the ice, the Greek philosopher Aristotle theorized that a massive southern landmass had to exist to balance the weight of the northern hemisphere. In the 1770s, Captain James Cook came within 130 kilometers of the coastline. Blocked by a wall of icebergs and dangerous seas, he turned his ship back, convinced the continent would never be reached by man. By the 1800s, the search for new trade routes and economic leverage turned the hunt for Antarctica into an imperial competition. Russian explorer Fabian von Bellinghausen proved Cook's prediction wrong in 1820 when he recorded the first physical sighting of the Antarctic ice shelf. The physical conquest followed in 1911. British explorer Robert Falcon Scott led a mission into the interior to secure the empire's claim. Scott and his team reached their destination, but they were trapped by a blizzard on the return journey. All 5 men died 400 miles from safety. Because these imperial missions were officially logged and widely publicized, they formed the basis of the standard historical timeline for over a century. In 2021, the Royal Society of New Zealand published a study that looks past European journals to a much older maritime tradition. The researchers focused on the Maori people, whose history is defined by a sophisticated understanding of oceanic navigation. Ancient Maori oral traditions describe a frozen, snowy continent at the southern edge of the world, a place far beyond the reach of the sun. The researchers determined that Maori navigators reached these southern waters in the 7th century. These indigenous sailors crossed the world's most dangerous ocean over a millennium before the first European ship even crossed the Antarctic Circle. Acknowledging the Maori discovery changes our understanding of the history of exploration. This long-standing obsession with the ice has shifted from a race to plant flags to a race for physical control of what lies beneath the surface. Superpowers are currently establishing high-tech research stations across the continent, creating permanent footholds for future resource claims. A 1992 U.S. Geological Survey identified reserves estimated at 500 billion barrels of oil and natural gas hidden under the ice. Oil is no longer the only objective. Massive deposits of rare earth minerals like osmium, praseodymium, and terbium have been located under the Antarctic shelf. These specific minerals are the core components of modern electronic hardware and the high-capacity batteries used in electric vehicles. The battle for Antarctica is a continuous line of human ambition, linking the first 7th century sightings to the modern geopolitical race for the minerals that define the future of technology.